Belle Delphine and title. Belle Delphine and title. If I give you $3,000, Mistress Belle, will you give me 14.5 million total views? Hi again, everyone, and welcome back to me being incredibly desperate with a jug of expired milk. If you have eyes, I'm gonna guess you saw the title of today's video and may have gotten curious and asked yourself, Belle Delphine's sister? I didn't know she had one. And that's because she doesn't have one. I'd say I'm sorry, but we both know I'd be lying. But as we get further into what we're looking at today, I'm sure you'll start to realize she might as well be Belle Delphine's sister. She really seems like Will and E's type, seeing how much he flirts with Belle in his videos.
Hey, beautiful, I know spoke business so far, but would you want to go out with for a drink sometime?
She's seen
George, no!
I'm sorry, Will, please don't kill me. The specimen we are going to be examining today is a rather small TikTok account I found by the name of Cow Titty Milk. And after seeing what quality content they were producing, I am honestly just in shock. Now, the way I found out about this unholy grail of dairy product producer was because one of you guys actually sent this to me. I got an anonymous message. It wasn't anonymous, I'm just not gonna read the person's name out loud because no shit. But I got an anonymous message with 2 TikTok videos enclosed, and the contents of these videos are so mind-bendingly weird, they give acid trips a run for their money. But honestly, what else was I expecting with an audience like you people? And as much as I really don't want to, let's just get into it. Be warned, both of these videos are very suggestive and they involve a lot of milk, a white liquid that you consume through your mouth orifice. Do the math. I really do hate that shit. Capillary action, my ass. What it really is that when God was programming the physics of the universe, he was thinking, how can I piss off people trying to pour soda into their cup? And then he came up with the genius idea of a way to completely ignore gravity. The mind of God, aka Patrick Star, is an enigma. But we are only 6 seconds in, and I think it's very easy to see where the cow theming comes from here. The girl is in full cow fursuit. It seems for the aesthetic of this cow outfit, she's leaning very heavily into the stylistic influences of the Chick-fil-A cow. A pretty standard and safe choice as far as cow fursuits are concerned. She's wearing one of those fabric face masks with the blushy cheeks because she thinks she's slick. And newsflash, she isn't. It's got the X3 face with the fangs on it though, where the mouth goes. It's genius, really. It lets anybody within a mile radius of her know that they are in danger of being cannibalized at any second. Also, in case you didn't get the message that this video is supposed to be around sexy cows and milk. I hate that that's a sentence that came out of my mouth. There's also a cow emoji plopped right on top of the video, in case you didn't notice. You know, because this whole thing is about cows and milk. And one last thing before we subject ourselves to torture in the form of the last 9 seconds of this video, I have to point out that I really despise the way she is holding that glass. That liquid container is meant to be held with a refined technique, not ham-fisted with your whole palm gripping the handle like a steering wheel and a single pointer finger holding the side of the glass for some pseudo support. I feel like you're getting ready to punch me with the damn thing. Grow up. Anyways, what's next? I hate that too. Capillary action is working its frustrating magic once again. She manages to drip drop a little milk inside that gallon jug where the milk probably came from in the first place. But when she realizes that at large it's a very lost cause, she tries to prevent further mess by attempting to drink the milk. But this rank amateur forgot that she was wearing a mask. You see, a professional e-girl is always aware of their surroundings and the tools at their disposal. And one of their most essential weapons is the mouth. Something you should never be forgetting to keep track of, which Miss Titty Milk here has foolishly neglected. She's very clearly new to this. And also, that's just a general waste of milk, man. You could have put that in coffee or cereal or something. Oh, don't give me that fucking look. You think that some quirky little eye motion is gonna make everything better? Maybe Memulish would have fallen for that, but you're messing with a whole different faceless virgin here, baby. Oh, now you're trying to play coy by drinking through your mask again? It didn't work last time, and it's not gonna work this time. Try me. Throw whatever you got at me. You gonna dress up as the Minecraft cow next and milk that titty instead? Alright, I take it back, I couldn't handle it. Minecraft cow would have been infinitely better than what we got. Something about that tiny little drip drop sound makes my insides do backflips and convulse in ways I imagine only happen otherwise in the weirdest of fanfictions. Oh, and once again, in case you couldn't tell that this girl's whole thing is dressing up like a cow and having an obsession with what comes out of them that humans think is really cool to drink, we have milk, emblazoned in bright yellow bedazzled gold font on the front of this dog bowl. Just so there's no confusion as as to what it is she's sucking out of this bowl. Milk. She's going for a new cow aesthetic, it seems. I guess it's more pink and strawberry flavored milk if you are really this hell-bent on putting a flavor on it, you weird cretin. The cow ears got the cowbells on it, and now that I've pointed it out, you won't be able to unsee it, and therefore you have to suffer as much as me now. Get fucked. And also a new addition to this very questionable fit is that the Belle Delphine influence is coming off a lot stronger on this one for me. The girl's got a white wig on, and the cow ears are properly off to the side now, which gives it that callback to the horrifically cursed elf ears that Belle Delphine had brutally and barbarically glued to the bones of her skull. Plastic surgery has gone too far. All of that pain in the pursuit of vanity. Skyrim is setting another unhealthy beauty standard of pointed ears to our children, and I will not stand for it. But lastly, to top off this unholy amalgamation of influences that seem to have coalesced into physical proof that God does not exist because he'd allowed it to happen, we have that massive bow on the wig that may or may not also be superglued onto it that calls back to JoJo Siwa of all things. I hate it, I really do. This is not something I wanted to start my Thursday morning with, but here I am. We're only 5 seconds in on this clip as well. How do you find this much wrong in a span of time shorter than a vine? Be a nitpicky bastard like me. Yep, okay, we're finally there. We finally dropped all pretenses of this being other than softcore porn, targeted at the horny teenage demographic of TikTok and also YouTube commentators like myself who would inevitably make videos on it. Man, life really stopped being worth living as soon as Dame Tu Cosita disappeared, didn't it? This is just full face at this point. The milk is a very thinly veiled in stand-in for bodily fluids. In case you couldn't tell, shocking, I know, it's an even bigger reveal than finding out that Abby is short for abstinence. Now, while this person isn't a direct associate of Belle Delphine, like she only has around 2,000 followers, though by making this video, I'm definitely complicit in significantly boosting that number. But I have a feeling that Belle Delphine isn't even familiar with the concept that this person is even a collection of matter floating around in the universe somewhere, the same one that she's in right now. But this girl very clearly knows who Belle Delphine is, and she's trying to replicate the success Belle had by dumping raw egg yolks on herself and making cereal bowl ligma jokes, just with the twist that this particular e-girl is all about dumping milk on herself. Artistic expression, as they say. She is just one of many copycats that are flooding in as part of the aftermath of the unfathomable destruction Belle Delphine has done to the young American psyche. But it's very clear that she's new to it, because the two painful TikToks I've shown you today are only her 2 most recent videos. And going back any further than that, you'll find her just chilling in normal clothes. No wigs, no cow ears, just wearing beanies, lip syncing to Ariana Grande in red ambient light, and other very quirky and unique things. But there's one TikTok she made during this not like the other girls I listen to Billie Eilish phase of her TikTok concerning that Ahiago face that she shamelessly makes now. And it gives off a very different message than the narrative of her character that she's pushing now.
What's that anime thing called where people like cross their eyes and look up and then stick their tongue out? I need to know, because every time I see it, I get hard as a fucking rock.
As soon as this guy says that the O face makes a sock turn into a rock, Titty Milk Girl is gone. The girl on the right doesn't really play into this at all. The cowgirl is literally just doing the same thing as her on the left side, probably to get number off the girl on the right's name recognition. I don't know, who cares? What matters though is that Milk Lady back then, in ye old days of roughly 22 weeks ago, was terrified of what the outside world would do to her when they found out she did a damn good job. But now her whole song and dance has changed. She's doing that same thing all on camera and spilling milk all over herself and into bowls and getting all kawaii embarrassed that she's covered in sticky white liquid. And because of this abrupt change in her character from quirky girl to squirty girl, I have surmised that Cow Titty Milk is a TikTok industry plant. She sacrificed the vision of what she wanted to be on the platform, not like other girls, until she was approached by a shiny media label that offered her a chance at stardom. They said all she had to do was disappoint her parents even more than she already had. Her old TikToks before that would only ever get like 100 likes at most. But then she makes funny Ahiago face duet on TikTok, and then suddenly she's sitting on a 1K liked video. She gets a rush and wants to keep making more content, but she just can't reattain that glory she had from what she was making before. So she returns to the very thing she was against and embraces it in full all for a drop of clout. Now, there's the obvious counter argument to this theory of who fucking cares, which is very true. Who fucking cares? What I'm more interested in is the other account that we know Mrs. Milk has in her possession. An Instagram account she mentions in her TikTok bio, also called Cow Titty Milk, but with an extra K on the end, because the original one was taken because, of course, more than one person in human history has ever had the desire to call themselves that. I just threw up in my mouth. Let's take a look. Or at least that's what we would do. That is, if the page she listed actually existed, which it doesn't, and my life. Typing the account she listed into a direct Instagram user link brings us to a page saying that the page we are looking for doesn't exist. I'm just glad Instagram says it like a normal faceless corporation instead of trying to be super down with the kids like Tumblr or Discord. I like my business conglomerates nice and faceless, but I think the worst part of this whole thing is that we don't even know how old she is. Like, we don't know if she's even old enough to be doing shit like this. Like, girl, where are your parents? Please kill me. All jokes aside, this video was made only for entertainment purposes. Please don't send any actual hate to her. Just trying to have a laugh at the end of the day and not tear anybody down, you know. But if you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe, and if you want to turn on that notification bells, that would be really cool. Please do that. If you guys think I missed anything, got anything wrong, or just have something to add, be sure to leave that in the comments below. I don't know what you would add. I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload one new episode every week on Saturdays, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Spotify. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Kwite to find out when I go live. It'll give you a notification, and I stream Minecraft a lot there. I'm recovering from my sickness, so I should be streaming again soon. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I also have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.